So back in 2014, Illinois had just legalized medical marijuana through legislation, which was a little bit unusual at the time. And I was a lawyer, and I pulled the law off the internet, and there we were, 100-page law outlining an entirely brand new industry from scratch. And as a longtime cannabis consumer, a longtime advocate that it should be legal, it sort of sparked an interest in me of like, they're going to need lawyers. This is a 100-page law. It's very detailed, very technical. And so that sent me on a journey of educating myself about the law and trying to find a way to sort of play in it. And I had the good fortune in probably April 2014 to get introduced to Ben Kovler through a mutual friend. He was just forming the Green Thumb team and getting ready to apply for licenses. And so I came on as sort of the lawyer of the team to help guide that application process. We gave it 110%, had a great time. I loved the team. And then we won a bunch of licenses. And then it sort of took off from there, helping with the next round of applications and then actually building out facilities, cultivation, dispensaries. And it was just kind of this rocket ship of growth that I got to be a part of. It's great. So StrainBrain is an AI budtender. It is a product recommendation engine that helps consumers in that journey, that customer journey. Right now, consumers are interacting with a menu, whether they're in a store using a kiosk, or they're online at home just browsing the menu, or they're on their phone, or frankly, they're in store talking to a budtender. And really, every consumer is doing the same thing. They're trying to find the product that is going to deliver the effect that they are seeking, right? So whether it's uplifting and energetic, it's going to help them relax and go to sleep. They're really just trying to find that product that's going to do that. And what this accomplishes is matching up a personalized effect for the what someone's seeking with what's in that store's inventory, and giving an objective basis through the AI algorithm to get them the product most likely to deliver.
What kind of consumer is the AI budtender kind of targeting? I would imagine this would appeal to people that are maybe on the fence or a little bit nervous about getting into cannabis. They're curious, but they don't know where to start.
I think honestly it's for everybody. I'm 10 years into the industry. I'm a proud, happy cannabis consumer, but I can't keep up with the number of products that are arriving at stores every day. There's just all kinds of innovation happening. And it's just very difficult. So when I first learned about StrainBrain, got excited because I thought, well, this could help me on my journey. I know my tried and true products that I like, but when I want to venture out and try something new, I'm generally a little apprehensive as to whether or not it's going to be a fit for what I want. Mm-hmm. So I think for the seasoned consumer, it's a really nice way to expand what you're already doing. But then we also know that for novice consumers, there's a lot of terminology in this industry that's very confusing. It can be very intimidating for a lot of new consumers to even walk into a dispensary. That's a very unfamiliar shopping experience for them. They don't know what the store is going to look like. They have to show their ID to go in. There's a lot going on there. And again, the terminology is a real barrier. So we like that by going to the in-store kiosk or, shopping that menu online, there's no stigma or apprehension. And also key for StrainBrain, the consumer doesn't have to ask a single question. They're just answering 4 prompts where there's, answers to select from, right? And the questions are very basic, no terminology needed, and again, focused on what effect, are you, so there's a list of potential effects you might be wanting. A flavor profile. Do you want something citrusy, skunky, etc.? And how strong? And there's like a little sliding scale, so you can sort of, get to one end of the spectrum or the other. So with, less than a minute or two of interacting with this and knowing no terminology, you have an objective AI algorithm-based reason to trust the product recommendations that you're receiving. And they're in inventory. I mean, there's nothing more frustrating for a customer than to do research online, arrive at a shopping decision only to find out it's not in inventory at the store when they get there. So this kind of matches up that entire customer experience to be better for the novice user and the seasoned user. It is not designed to replace human budtenders, but when we think about the challenges of, again, training for any retailer to train all of their budtenders on all of the products, every week there's, new products hitting the shelves. There's different levels of investment and training by different retailers. There's some amount of bud tender turnover. So, you can't really assume as a retailer that your entire workforce at all times is going to be up to date, not only on all the products in inventory, but also all the different use cases, right? Your 65-year-old woman who's never used cannabis before versus your 26-year-old young man who is very seasoned and experienced and comfortable purchasing cannabis. So we're really, empowering human bud tenders to serve any and all customers and have, again, an objective basis to recommend products.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. This has been great.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.